Well, right now, currently, our budget that we have is not transparent enough for the general public to understand. And if you go online and you try to make sense of our budget, it's really hard to figure out what money is being transferred to what and what's being allocated to what. So if you're trying to find out how much Longwood Elementary is going to cost to refurbish it, which it's going to cost us $8 million to refurbish, it's not out there for the general public to really see the numbers. So I think that we need to do a better job making sure that the general public, including the citizens that live in our community, as well as teachers, parents, understand where all of our money is going. Well, I see a lot of money that's being funneled into consultants that we do not need. And I think that we need to give stipends to teachers. And we have spent way too much money on consultants over many years. And it's hard to even find it on our budget. We need to do a better job with making sure that our money is allocated towards everything, all three A's: academics, athletics, and the arts. And so many people think we give a lot to the arts, but actually we really don't. When I was speaking to some of the art teachers, they don't get enough money to replace some of their equipment, for their band instruments, for their uniforms. They're allocated a certain amount of money and that's it. If they have a wealthy PTA or they have a wealthy boosters, they might receive more money. But that's not across the line for every school. So maybe a Title I school might receive more money than other schools in certain areas. But what happens to the other schools that don't get that? Some schools have tablets because they're part of the STEM program, but not all schools get that. For example, we had one day that we were able to do a STEM lab, where other schools that have the STEM program on a consistent basis, they have somebody in a STEM lab as part of their wheel. What I mean by the wheel is where these students go to that class once a week and learn about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It needs to be in every school. And we need to find the money for that. So currently, we spend so much money on things that are not used or we don't have time to get trained on. Why don't we start thinking about things that need to be in place in all of our schools? Things are not going to change overnight. It's going to take us some time to make some changes. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that we have involvement from the community. I want retired teachers. I want students. I want veterans. I want citizens in our community, as well as teachers, support staff, as well as Seminole County employees to all evaluate what's going on in our classrooms so we can get a full understanding of where all our money is going and to make sure that we are listening to the people, that we are listening to the families, and we are listening especially to our children that are coming home frustrated every night. We need to make sure that we hear everybody and that if they have an idea, even a business has an idea to share with us, that they share it. Or if a teacher comes to us and says, hey, I have an idea, why don't we try this? Their voices need to be heard. But right now, so many people are afraid to speak up, and they won't speak up because they're afraid their jobs are on the line. And if we can have committees formed and all talk together and discuss things, I think we can get a lot more accomplished. This is paid for and approved by Abby Sanchez for Seminole County School Board District 3.